Hello, and welcome to Weed+Grub.
What's up, everybody? It's Mary Jane. Mike is on tour this week. He is somewhere in the Pacific Northwest, smoking weed and telling jokes, maybe standing on a cliff somewhere. I'm here in the meantime to introduce this very special minisode of Weed+Grub, where we hung out with our friend Beth Hoyt. Go to YouTube and check out Beth's channel, Beth in Show. She drops new videos every week of the incredible stuff that she makes. She's brilliant. She's funny. She's a dear friend. She's highly opinionated. And so we decided that we wanted to start checking in with Beth about things. And this is the first in that series. In this episode, we checked in with Beth about eggs. We got real deep into eggs, stuck into them, the goopy, the gloppy, the different species, all kinds of stuff. So without further ado, here's the first in our series of Checkin In with Beth.
Eggs! You have feelings about eggs?
I mean, I don't. If you don't, then you're not a human being, or you've been vegan for a very long time,
Yeah, you came from one.
right?
Gross.
So, really?
Yeah.
Why is that gross?
Because it just made me think of eating my own eggs,
Yeah, but
which is disgusting.
you know what else? When you eat eggs from chickens or any other eggs, so they produce eggs every day that aren't fertilized, but they're like take a while to become a bird. So when you eat them before they become the bird, it's like you're eating. You're eating like chicken, period.
And all these chefs are like, ooh, a perfect omelet. Mm-hmm. Oh, a runny yolk.
I love a runny yolk on top of a perfect steak.
Ooh, I got an egg recently with a blood spot in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
It's supposed to be good luck.
Is it?
I don't know. It was gross.
I
ate
remember
it.
I remember the blood spot thing. I feel like that's kind of not rare. I
Right.
feel like I see that a lot. But I remember when I worked in a restaurant once, the chef did tell me that means you shouldn't eat it. And I remember not believing him then, and I still don't, because I still would eat it.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm alive.
Yeah.
Sort of thriving. Well, maybe this is why. Maybe this
I gotta quit eggs.
the double yolks is good luck.
Double yolk is definitely good luck.
What a treat.
Really?
Have you had that?
A double yolk? Yeah, I've cracked a double yolk, but I didn't know that it was fortunate.
It's twins.
Yeah.
So
and you
you're
get
eating
two yolks, big bang for your buck.
2 periods for one?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What about other eggs that are not chicken eggs, though?
I mean, I'll eat any kind of egg, but they're all the same to me. Like a robin or
Okay.
You
What
know?
else?
I would love to try an ostrich.
It takes an hour and a half to hard boil an ostrich egg.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Gross. Who's hard boiling ostrich eggs?
Someone with a lot of time.
But what do you do with it then? It's
I mean, that's like just make egg salad with one egg.
Yeah.
Egg salad for like a huge, family picnic with one egg.
Gross.
What do you mean? What a Costco move.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
It
that
is
make
the Costco.
sense?
It is like the Costco.
You should be able to get ostrich eggs at Costco so that you can family
Yeah.
style everything.
Yeah, less shell waste.
Yeah. Oh my God. Can you imagine that shell growing inside your body?
I mean,
Well, if you're an ostrich.
yeah.
Sure. It's so reasonable.
Also, as long as they feel it.
They have to feel it. How can you not feel that?
But do you think it hurts them to lay the eggs? I think it
I
does.
think they pop right out of that soft little hole.
I think I Googled it, and I think that they said that the first few times it does hurt.
Probably. Yeah. Like I've eaten old food before and I can feel it going through me and I'm like, this needs to come out. So I can only imagine when your body betrays you and then you're like, what's inside me? What did I do?
And the first time it's an egg coming out, it's like, what the hell is that? This is too big for that.
Yeah. Why am I sitting on
And
it?
they're just babies, yeah.
Yeah. Like they already know to sit on them. That's the craziest thing in the world to me.
Yeah.
What about internal eggs?
What does that
What do
mean?
you mean?
Like fish roe,
Oh.
caviar?
I mean, it's really good for you, right?
I mean, it's super high in protein.
Yeah. I could take it or leave it. The texture really isn't like, I don't yummy.
Yeah.
Numb it up.
You don't like a caviar bump?
I don't.
No.
I wish I did.
Do you know what would be amazing is if we could cross ostriches with belugas and just get one big caviar egg? How fun would that be?
Or maybe their caviar is more like boba tea.
Wait, you know that caviar doesn't come from belugas, right?
Isn't it called beluga caviar? The most expensive caviar in the world's beluga, I thought.
It is, but it's not from beluga whales. It's
Prove it.
So
Two people don't know, so obviously it's wrong.
it's so misleading.
What's it from?
I believe all Russian caviar is from sturgeon, which are these crazy looking giant fish that are not beluga whales.
I had no idea.
Well, it's good though because they have to kill them and cut them open to get it. So it would be really sad if it was from belugas.
Yeah.
Because that would be devastating. Belugas are great.
Yeah.
They
Why
play
do they?
fetch and
Why do
shit.
they name them that then?
I don't know. It might be a river.
Just to fuck with us? Not Mike.
You know what? I mean, this will be evergreen, but honestly, the Russians,
I'm gonna look it up.
you know the truth.
I think so.
Mary Jane, you know all this shit.
I was looking up emu eggs.
Oh,
They look like avocados.
really?
Like this, they don't have the bumps, but they're like the same size and color. So I would say I'd take emu eggs for like a centerpiece decoration. I don't know about eating them, but I feel like they would look cool.
Absolutely.
Are they leathery?
No, they're like shell-like, but they're like dark green with spots, with brown spots.
What about reptile eggs?
Oh, I'd eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like an
if I
alligator
could,
egg?
if I didn't get attacked by a Komodo, I would absolutely eat one. I think that they would be delicious.
I like that
eggs.
your idea of eating one isn't like if a restaurant served it. It's like if you're just pulling it out of the swamp.
Naked and afraid.
Yeah. You're so right. I immediately went to like, how do I steal this egg? That's so funny.
You're moored on an island somewhere, fighting for your life.
Whole Foods is like, we deliver that.
What's your favorite preparation, Beth?
Well, it just changed, but I definitely like it needs to involve a runny yolk. But I really got into poached when I finally learned how to poach an egg.
What's your technique? It's a
You
tricky
gotta
move.
swirl it. You got to swirl the water before you drop the egg in.
Oh.
Also, there's all these, you adding the vinegar and all these like little tips to put in the water. You don't need any of that. You just need to get the water bubbling and then swirl it, make a little whirlpool, and then you need to drop that egg in with like I use a measuring cup, but I'm sure you can buy a specific spoon for that. Mm-hmm. Drop that in 4 minutes, and that puppy is scoop it out, and that's gonna jizz all over your salad. That stuff's just gonna come right out.
Salad, so French.
Oh, I like to put on this because I feel like I really like to eat. That's like my favorite dressing. Is runny
it
egg
yolk?
yolk? Yeah.
Wow.
Clap it up.
I agree.
Is that gross?
I think the runny egg yolk is overrated, but when you talk about putting it on like some leafy greens,
Yeah,
that sounds delicious.
Yeah, a little frisee maybe. With some blue cheese.
Yeah.
Some bacon bits.
Yeah. Some red onion.
Oh yeah.
God damn.
But now I've gotten into frying it. I don't know. I really like because I feel like my pan is really old and kind of sucks, and the edges kind of burn and crisp and they're crackly, and I'm into that. But it
That's
makes my hair
favorite
smell
way. Oh, really?
whenever I
like
make them.
like old oil or something
like
like
fried
that?
egg.
Yeah. That's my favorite way to do it is
Fried?
to make the oil super, super, super hot. So when you put it in, the edges get all like crisp and lacy, and then you spoon the oil over the top so it puffs up and keeps the yolk runny, but the white's cooked through.
And then do you flip it or no?
I do, only because I'm not always a runny yolk fan. Sometimes
Yeah.
I just like a hard, chalky, disgusting to put in your mouth.
Yeah, that's
hard
such a bummer.
yolk.
Sometimes I forget to take it out the pan, and I get that, and I'm always really bummed out.
Really?
Yeah.
I love it because I don't know. Runny yolks have had their fucking time. So.
Why does it have to end?
Oh, that's
era.
reasonable. That's such a reasonable point.
Can't we have
chill
both?
out.
Jesus, Mike. Canceling eggs.
Yeah.
Canceling egg
What's
yolks.
yours?
My favorite egg preparation. I was just dreaming of a bacon, egg, and cheese from a New York bodega. Fuck that, early morning or late night or anytime,
Yeah.
24-hour bodega egg sandwich.
What's your favorite
So good.
spreads
But
surrounding it?
Surrounding a sandwich.
A breakfast sandwich, yeah. You like
Just
a
my mouth.
croissant or English? No, I mean, what's the bread you like it on? Like,
Oh, I would always get it on a, if I could, on a croissant or a soft
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go fucking all the way.
Spicy mayo, ketchup.
Whatever they were putting on it at any bodega, they always had like some special way to prepare it at each place that was.
I've
fucking
never
delicious.
experienced a bodega in New York, so when you're describing it, I'm picturing like a small store that microwaves a
No.
sandwich and hands it
You're
to you.
wrong.
Yeah, they've
You're
got.
wrong.
Oh, really?
They've got a fucking flat top, and they're back there cooking up. Yeah, like super awesome hot sandwiches, 24 hours a day. They usually have a cat. There's a bodega cat.
Oh,
That's
great.
a real bodega. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucking great. I miss it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some overpriced gum and some overpriced cigarettes and
Yeah,
get on your way.
some like weird chocolate you've never heard of.
That's awesome. That does sound like a beautiful New York morning. Like
Mm-hmm.
a huge bacon, egg, and cheese croissant, cigarette, coffee, and then like yelling at everyone to get out of your way as you
Yeah.
get to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds so nice.
The only thing that always bummed me off, this is a little off topic of the egg, but the bodega coffee, it's always like you wish it was a one-stop shop and you can get everything, but the bodega coffee just doesn't cut it.
No, never.
Is it?
It's a little watery.
Yeah.
Like khaki colored, where you're like, oh, this is almost coffee.
Yeah, like if you get milk in it, you're like, is this tea? Yeah, it's
It's a real shame. Yeah.
So really, what you're saying is you need to gentrify everything and like get a Starbucks.
No, I feel like, all they need is like next to where they have the cream and sugar, they should have a thing of instant coffee. So you can just like add a scoop just to make it a little stronger. I just
Oh.
thought of this right now and duh.
That's
a
brilliant.
good
Hello,
hack.
New York.
Yeah. Oh, what an upsell, right? Like you kind of like a float on a drink where it's like a rum float and it's like an
Yeah.
extra $4 you can pay.
It's
to,
like making it
create
a red eye, I guess.
That's brilliant.
Yeah,
But this is the
Red Eye.
cheap way. It should be free because, that's part of their offerings with the sugars.
I love it.
Well,
I'm
what-
just saying.
Yeah,
Really good idea.
we've got a coffee segment coming up, I think.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
do a coffee one too. Can we talk about eggs for one more minute?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Worst preparation, most disgusting way. Oh, and I have two things. But what's the worst way to eat an egg?
Well, all eggs. I'm touch and go with eggs all the time. So any egg, when anyone talks about anything gross or I smell a bad smell or there's a hair in my mouth, any egg then is the worst preparation. Because they can go from my favorite food to like, to vomit city. So I think it has to be in a delicate atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
What about
I
you
opened
guys?
up a hard boiled once, and the yolk was a little green, which I don't think was a big deal. But just the
right.
idea of it being green was like
Oh.
revolting.
Like the outside of it's green, like the very outside of the edge of the yolk, right?
Yeah.
I think that's just that happens. I think that's when you like when it's in the water too long and it's overcooked. Because
Yeah.
that happens to me all the time,
Yeah, I don't think it's bad.
and I eat the shit out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And here I am, just almost thriving. Oh shoot!
What's your worst prep?
I think scrambled is pretty disgusting, just as a whole. It's weird texture. It falls off the fork. You try and put it on a piece of toast, and it does nothing. I don't really like it.
Yeah,
It's too. God, what's the word I'm looking for? Bullshit.
Scrambled
yeah,
eggs
yeah.
are
I see
bullshit?
that. I see
Scrambled eggs
that.
are kind of
All right.
bullshit because
I don't
it's such a like. It's the only thing I knew how to make forever because you just beat the shit out of it in a pan and then you're like, this is like, if it like you can't overcook it, but you can definitely overcook it, but you can't screw it up. And so I've just never enjoyed a scrambled egg.
I might be able to fix your scrambled egg problem.
What do you mean?
Have you ever just microwaved them?
Whoa.
It's a good hack.
Really?
What do you do?
You just microwave them until they puff up. You can actually just see the moment when they're done. They just puff and then take them out. Don't overdo them because then they turn into fucking rubber. But
In what, like a bowl?
in a metal bowl. You microwave.
Everyone listening at home, please try this.
Yeah. No, it's great. I can't remember. I must have learned it. It was like a college thing or something where I just didn't have access to anything but a microwave and a hot plate. And yeah, that's how I used to make my scrambled eggs. And it's a good trick.
Nice.
Yeah, any chef listening is probably screaming right now. Like, no, sacrilege.
Fuck that. Chefs are too precious about their eggs. It's such a show.
It's,
It's such
That's
a show.
I hate paying for eggs at brunch because I don't get it. I mean, I understand how restaurants are making money off of it and why they do that, and I understand going to brunch to like meet up with friends and have some drinks, and I get all that. Mm-hmm. But it bothers me so much that you pay for so much for 2 eggs. I will never. If I become a bazillionaire, I'll still be like, this is not Right.
Yeah.
This is 2 eggs that I make at home all the time.
Yeah, the profit margin on that shit is high.
Yeah.
You know what always weirded me out at brunch was hollandaise. I was like, that's just botulism. That's not.
Because it's so rich and
just,
gross.
Because it's so rich and it's made with egg yolks and it just sits all day
Yeah.
in that, pot on the bain marie. And
Man.
it's like,
When I grew up, that was, you go to Perkins after church on Sunday and everyone's getting that Eggs Benedict with that hollandaise.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
This kind of brings me to the other thing I wanted to bring up, which is because we were talking before this. But Mary Jane, you leave your eggs out.
I do.
And I'd never seen that before because I grew up with a mom who was scared that she would kill us. So everything was in the fridge or in Ziploc bags or so on. And then I saw like your butter sitting out. So it was actually soft, which was mind blowing. I was like, oh, that's right. It can be soft. And then I saw your eggs sitting out and I was like, oh, you're going to get botulism. This is a bad choice.
Yeah, I did grow up in a cold climate. So it's like, it's a little weird in LA. Sometimes my butter will just like get liquefied and I'll have to put it in the fridge. But soft butter and room temperature eggs are definitely, if you haven't tried it. I mean, they have to be super fresh eggs and you have to use them right away. Like I'm not letting them sit out on the counter for a week. But yeah, if I get some really good eggs, I won't refrigerate them.
I'd never seen that before.
Yeah, try it.
I would. I just like kind of fucked with my head. I don't know.
What's your worst preparation, Mary Jane?
I've never met an egg I didn't like. I was thinking about it and I was like, I fucking love eggs. I love them in ramen, when they cut into them in that like, little fucking whatever preparation it is that when they float in there. I just really love eggs. I mean, I've had some bad eggs. I guess I really don't like it when the white is underdone and there's that like little weird jelly thing that's like drippy and looks like jizz.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, nobody in the world does. So
I bet you've eaten interesting eggs.
I was thinking of all the fish eggs I've eaten. I've definitely eaten some interesting fish eggs for sure. Shad roe is really delicious. You can actually just like fry it up in butter with a little flour and it gets crisp. It's awesome. Any fish, like if you catch a fish and cut it open and it's a female, you can just fry the eggs. A lot of salmon and trout eggs. What's the uni? Sea urchin roe? Mm-hmm. Those are eggs.
Delicious.
Totally delicious. Yeah, like marine aquatic eggs, I think, are the most interesting ones.
Yeah.
And most delicious and briny.
Yeah. Seahorse?
No, seahorses actually don't have eggs. They give live birth.
They do?
Mm-hmm. They squirt them out like hundreds of tiny little seahorse babies. It's crazy.
A bunch at once?
Yeah, you should Google it. It's the fucking coolest thing.
Really?
Seahorses giving birth, they squirt out hundreds of tiny, tiny, tiny little seahorses. I'm pretty sure.
It sounds like something Lisa Frank made up.
Pinks and blues just firing through the ocean.
I gotta look this up. Also, the beluga sturgeon is why it's called beluga caviar. It's a sturgeon that is also has the name beluga in it.
What are your feelings on eggnog?
I mean, Clark Griswold is my initial feelings and thoughts, and that turtleneck and that moose cup, from
Yes.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation when Randy Quaid is drinking the eggnog out of that moose glass. So that's initially it's about 90% of my thoughts on eggnog. I think it's good. I don't think I've ever had like a homemade eggnog. I've had it from the store, and it's delicious.
Mm-hmm.
It is delicious, but now
Have you guys
every
ever
time
made
I
it?
see it, I'm gonna be like, Randy Quaid
Yeah,
is gonna who I'm
exactly.
gonna associate with, and that's so funny to picture.
Yeah.
Do you like eggnog?
No,
You don't?
no,
You've never had it fresh, though.
no, I haven't either.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing to me, I'd much rather just have like vanilla ice cream milkshake.
Yeah, I see that, but
I've never had it not boozy. Like my
Yeah.
family's tradition is that my sister makes it on Christmas Eve and just makes a huge vat, and then everyone comes over and decorates the tree together. So I have like
That's
super
fun.
warm fuzzies memories around eggnog, and it's just super boozy.
what kind of booze?
Rum.
Uh-huh.
And
It's just like scrambled eggs, cream in a blender,
well,
right?
it's not cooked.
Oh.
And it's no.
Hummingbird.
Oh yeah, little hummingbirds outside. Let's eat some of their eggs.
I would. Oh yes, I would probably eat
They're
it
like
shell and all.
Skittles.
Yeah.
They're no smaller.
Yeah. But that's what it is,
Dippin'
right?
Dots.
Scrambled eggs.
Sorry.
Scrambled eggs in a
Oh,
blender.
hummingbird egg Dippin' Dots. Wow, yes. You go to like the fanciest Air One or like whatever your upscale
Yeah.
grocery store is.
Totally.
Yeah, and a little hummingbird.
It's like
cup.
+3 for avocado, +6 for hummingbird eggs on top. Wait, so it's scrambled eggs and cream?
It's not scrambled eggs. It's
You microwave eggs and then you add frozen and then you add ice, and that's eggnog.
Yeah, and then rum, right?
A
You
dash
float
of half
rum
and
on.
half. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
I will say I am very impressed by the egg's ability to like be everything it needs to be all in one, because it like the shell is your separator if you need
Yeah.
them separated. Like it's a pretty remarkable architectural design.
You're right, man. Give
Pretty
it up for
fucking cool.
eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Last question. If there was like because we're coming up with wonderful inventions, why don't they sell like yolk by the jar?
They do.
They do.
They do? So you can just like, oh shit!
Oh, Mike, did you think you were going to retire on this one?
Yeah, I was like picturing my yacht, my other yacht in my yacht.
What'd you do, man? Oh, I separated that yolk, man. Put it in a jar.
Sharks,
Sold it.
I would like 10% for $250,000 for my yolk in a jar idea. Fuck. Really? They got it, huh?
Yeah.
I like lived on that. I think of like egg beaters.
Yeah.
I lived on that when I was, oh God. That's maybe my worst egg thing is yolks in a jar. They come in a carton, but when I was in my like early 20s when I first moved to New York, that was what I ate like every meal. I was just like pour it in a pan. Like I sprayed it with like Pam, the pan with Pam. Then I'd pour that on it. And then when one side burned, I'd flip it. And then that side would burn. And so it was like a burnt air thing. I'd eat it with ketchup.
Yes.
Gross.
I know. I was like,
Sounds horrifying.
I was like, I thought it was like a way to lose weight and also save money and also just like torture myself by like having nothing enjoyable.
Oh.
It is like everything I lived on though in Chicago when I first moved there. Yeah, it was like you burn the shit out of an egg, put some spicy Dijon
Yeah,
mustard
to
on a
distract
piece of
from
bread,
that.
right? Melt some American cheese on it, and just 3 meals a day. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Lifesaver.
Wow.
I love this.
Great.
1, 2, 3.
Eggs.
I'm in heaven today, y'all. This is all I want to do.